Welcome to the Meet Mentor YouTube channel.
Today we're going to talk about a presentation about a deck that you can use to present your startup to investors. Important disclaimer. First of all, not every startup or company needs to be venture-backed. For instance, if you're thinking of starting a bakery, you don't really need venture capital because venture capitalists are looking for a 10x to 20x growth. They're looking for companies like Facebook. They're looking to invest $50,000 today and get $250 million in a couple of years. Yes, you can do something with a buck. But venture capitalists are looking for companies like Facebook. When can you raise money for investors? Estimating what kind of market you have in the area is something else that can help you decide whether or not you should seek funding from investors. How do investors select companies to invest in? Investors are constantly monitoring the market. They would be listening to pitches from different companies that might be doing the same thing, and then they would select the strongest team to invest into. What does this mean for you? First and foremost, research your competition. Don't say that you don't have any competitors because there is always somebody doing the same thing. Second, investors are not trying to steal your idea. How many in-person meetings with investors do you need? Before the whole deck thing, here's a reminder that there is a funnel involved when you are fundraising. In order to raise approximately, on average, you would need between 150 and 170 in-person meetings with investors. This means that you will receive approximately 150 or 160 rejections in order to raise approximately from 10 investors. Therefore, you should be prepared to pitch your company many times, to hear a lot of notes, and to answer a lot of questions. If you're sure that you're doing the right thing, if you love what you're doing, then you're going to get through it again. Doctopus is a web app that already has templates, and they have one of the best templates in the world for a pitch deck. Some considered using Airbnb's initial presentation as a reference since the company went through Y Combinator and received guidance from Paul Graham, making them experts in the field. Doctopus is an online app, allowing for easy access to the deck from anywhere, even at a VC's office. This eliminates the risk of wasting time trying to access the deck and ensures that the format is correct for the presentation. What slides do you need to have in your pitch deck? Your company's name and perhaps a catchphrase should appear on the very first slide of your presentation. What is a one-liner? What your company does in one sentence. For example, LinguaTrip is a study abroad booking platform. Because a lot of people would go and try to explain what their company does and start about their proprietary technology and amazing team, your second slide is a problem that you're solving. Here, you just need to tell investors that there are so many students trying to learn a language, but because they're using apps all the time, they just can't speak the language. You're talking about your company, and you're talking about a problem. What is this problem that people experience every single day, or ideally every single minute, and you're solving it? Start with this. Now, the next slide is your solution. Here you can have either text of what your company does. For example, LinguaTrip is a marketplace that connects language learners. You will insert your photographs starting on slide number 4. Show off whatever it is that you want to show off here. If you want to insert a short video, that's okay, but again, don't overcomplicate things. There is a high tendency that there is a 50% chance that your video is not going to play in your investor's office, and you don't want that to happen. You want to make it as simple as possible both for you and for your investor. Narrow your market as much as possible, but once more, don't forget that the education market reads the analysis of the market. Read trade publications related to your field. You should try your best because you know better than your investor. Provide a rough estimate of your total addressable market. This is not the entire market, rather, it refers to the portion of the market in which you operate. The term for this segment of the market is total addressable market. Some research would be great to have on this slide. The next slide is for you to talk about your audience. You can talk about either top countries, which is something that Octopus offers, or you can talk about your average profile. Be as specific as possible, because if investors see that you know your target audience, they will be more likely to invest in your business. Maybe if you have some other data like your attraction so far, or maybe the maximum amount of money you were able to make per customer, then insert it here as well. Don't be scared to name your competitors, but don't forget to explain why you're better than them. It is actually okay to have big competition because that implies there is a market and it means there is market opportunity. This is why it's okay to have big rivalry. Your month-over-month growth is arguably the most impressive statistic you can show off at this point, which brings us to point number 9, your statistics. 20-month or month, 40-month or month. If you have good revenue in dollars, then show that off. However, in most cases, investors will want to see your revenue regardless of whether your company is cash flow positive or not. In a typical scenario, you would have your co-founders present here. Perhaps you have some well-known executives working for you. If so, highlight them here as well, and provide a few phrases each about each individual who is number 11 on the list of potential next actions. What are your goals for the next couple of years? If you are thinking about making any potential acquisitions, feel free to state them here. If you have plans for the initial public offering, now is the time to express them. For example, what is your ultimate objective, and what are your objectives for the next couple of years? The following slide, number 12, is very significant. Why are you here? How much capital are you looking to raise, and what is your company's valuation? Where can I get the terms? It's really important to mention what you are going to use this money for. This is just for you to navigate through everything and kind of have this final step in your presentation. Then, be ready for a lot of questions from investors, because if they're interested, they're going to bombard you with a lot of questions. This is just for you to navigate through everything and kind of have this final step in your presentation. Be welcoming, demonstrate a willingness to learn, and, above all, don't forget to do this. Just thank them for their time and don't forget to follow up. Be cordial, and even if the investor turns you down, continue to keep them informed about what's going on with your company, how you're expanding, and how things are going with you. They'll appreciate it, and maybe they'll invest not this month, but in a year or two. Thank you so much guys for watching this video at the very end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.